Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I am all prepared to do my lucky dip. What lucky dip is this? 18? I'm using Roman numerals, so it's kind of hard to... I'm regretting it a little bit, titling them with Roman numerals, but I'm pretty sure that's 18. And since I'm only doing an hour stream, I already picked the items and got them out, and I picked a surface that I think will work well with them. So I'll introduce the items I'm using first. First thing I pulled was, and I used random.org to get 4 random numbers based on a spreadsheet I have with all of my art snacks, pigment and palette. What else? There's another box that I get sometimes. Mido in a box, and sometimes I've gotten cool art supplies from my best friend Sarah. So there's like, I don't know, almost 400 items on that list. And I use random.org to choose just 4 random from that collection. So the first thing was this Amsterdam acrylic marker, and I've used these before and I like them. I don't use paint markers that much, but using this is, I don't know, there's something about it that I like more than other paint markers like it. Maybe it's because it's small, and it's this nice red color. It calls it primary magenta, so we'll see how it differs from the next thing I pulled, which is this Zig Clean Color FB. Come on, camera, you can do it. There we go. And it's also red, but it's carmine red, so it's a more, I mean, at least when you look at the ends like this, it's a more red one, and then this one is calling itself magenta, so it's more purple. The next thing I pulled was this Copic Chow marker. Come on, camera, you can do it. Sort of. In Y06, so you can see from the caps it's a yellow color. So I think I might be able to mix these two. This is an alcohol marker, this is a water marker. They still might be mixable. This one is acrylic paint, so I don't want to use, I could put this on top of these, but I wouldn't want to use these on top of this while it's wet, because I wouldn't want the little acrylic particles to stop up the nibs on these ones. The other thing I got, the final thing I got, was this Pentalic drawing pencil set. So it comes with 6 different, you can see I've used it quite a bit, especially this one, because it's the hardest, 8B. So it ranges from, well, I'll just tell you, there's a 2H, so that's really hard. The lead is very hard and makes a very light line. Then there's HB, which is nice in the middle. It's called HB because hard and bold. It's in the middle between hard and bold. Then 2B, 4B, 6B, and 8B. And the higher the number goes, the darker the pencil goes, the bolder it gets, and that's what B stands for. So because I have 3 markers, which usually I use on smooth paper, but I also have this pencil set, which is definitely better on some sort of texture. I'm back in this, like I got this from Art Snacks too, a sketchbook that has textured paper, but it's not like a crazy amount of texture. I don't know if the camera, I don't think the camera's gonna, the camera, can you show the texture at all? Oh look, it is showing up, cool. So you can see it's got a little tiny bit of tooth, but not a ridiculous amount. So I think that'll be a nice middle ground for these supplies to all play together on. So the next thing I want to do before I actually get into the drawing is test all of the items. I mean, graphite pencil, I know what it's going to be like, but it's nice to have that little sheet so you can see. So this is the, what was it, 2H? This is 2H. upside down. Anyway, here's the HB, I believe. To be or not to be? No, it's definitely a to be. Yeah, you can see how it gets the difference is much more noticeable once you get into the actual bees. Oh, this is the 4B. And as they get bolder, they also get more dusty. For anybody who's been watching my streams or recordings for a while, you might be familiar with my dislike of messy media. So there'll probably be a lot of little cleanup moments going on during this stream. It just bothers me so much because, you know, it'll get somewhere, you might accidentally breathe on it and it gets somewhere you don't want it. Do not like that. But it's a lucky dip, so it's time to experiment and do something different. So here's the final one. Yeah, it's really cool. As I put these down, it feels like when for instance, I'm doing the 8B now, and with the first stroke, the 8B is as dark as the 6B after the 6B was worked quite a bit. And you can see why this one is so much shorter, because it just comes right off. It's so soft. Okay, and I'll write that this is the Pentalic drawing pencil set. Okay. Now, I warned you. Here we go. I'm gonna gently swipe these little... Oh god, it's so soft that I can't swipe with my brush. I think I'm gonna have to just like blow air on it gently. You can see where my brush went. Is this focused? Oh, I think it is. Okay. So, let's try these markers. Let's do the yellow. It's pretty simple. I think it does have two tips, so there's a chisel tip. Oh, it's kind of dry. I wonder if I have a refill for this one. And it has a brush tip. Alright, cool. Although it's so bright, you can't really see it. Yellow Y06. Oh, it's so bright it's hard to look at. I'm gonna see real quick if I have a refill for this color, because it feels so dry. It could also be the paper. Oh, Sarah, hello! I don't know how long ago you posted that, so I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for giving me a host! Yay! Have fun at work, or I don't know how fun it is. Enjoy your time massaging people and making their lives better. Yes. Ah, too bad. I just have one refill, and it's not this color. Well, I mean, one yellow refill. So we'll just have to deal with this being kind of dry. Man, it is so bright. It's like neon. Okay, let's do this one. I wanted to test. Well, let's do this one by itself first. This one just has the one brush tip. Oh, it's a lot harder than I expected for how big it is. It's not very flexible, so it's like a brush tip, but it's pretty stiff. I don't know if it's supposed to be stiff if I push on it. Oh, I can get a little bit more out of it if I really put some effort into it. Okay. Now, I want to see if I can mix these, but so that I don't suck up some red into here. I'm going to always do this one first if I mix them, and see if it'll mix with this one. So let's do let's do it right here. A little patch of yellow. And we'll do a little red right through the middle. And the red is, well, probably a combination of things. One, the red is so dark and this is so light that it's not really making a difference. But also, even more likely, I think, for it to make a difference is that this is alcohol-based and this is water-based. I mean, there is the tiniest bit showing through, but it feels like it's almost because I'm looking for it that I notice any difference. So I won't worry about trying to combine these because they're not like blending together or anything. So this one is the Zig Clean Color FB. Final thing, so this marker actually, I don't know if you can hear it. It has a little ball or something in it to help mix up the paint inside. So I'm going to shake it up real good before I use it because I have not used this in a while. Okay. And it also has this nib. When you push it on the page, it goes in to help pump the ink out if it's not flowing. But it looks like it's flowing good. It's just this bullet tip, so it's not very, there's not much variation in the line. Oh yeah, it really looks magenta when you do this kind of thing. Oh, it's getting dry on that side. Yeah, I guess I gotta keep rotating it so that it keeps flowing evenly. Yeah, that's cool. I like this color. So this is the Amsterdam. Acrylic marker. Guess I wrote the colors for all of the other ones except for the Zig. What is this one called? Primary. I'll just. I won't write it. I feel lazy. I don't want to write a bunch of stuff. So yeah, these two reds. I was a little bit worried at first when I pulled two reds, but they're so different. The one on the left, the water-based marker, is leaning heavily to the orange side, and then the one on the right, which is the acrylic ink marker, is leaning heavily toward purple. So let these dry. I mean, these will be dry already. This still has some sheen on it. So let's see. Oh, how nice. I can put the markers right here. That's so convenient. I'm gonna move my drawing pad here and my drawing supplies here. Since I'm left-handed, I want to have this space to move within. And I'll just do my usual lucky dip thing of taking the opportunity to practice my manga poses using this book that I got for Christmas last year, I think. We've been going through it with these lucky dips for a couple months now. And it's just a pose book. Like, it just is so that you can practice your poses. So it has all these poses. and it tells you little tips about them. So the last one we did was that one. Okay, so this is where we're at now. Let me get a clippy so that I can clip this open when I'm ready. But let's go over it together. It's called First Class. Ooh, it's a fancy guy. Looks like my kind of character. Okay. About this pose: suave and sophisticated, eyes straight ahead, shoulders relaxed, hands gently clasped, legs crossed. I do wonder about the hands being... I'm going to do this real quick myself. I'm going to do this pose myself. You won't see me, but I'm doing it. Okay. So crossing the leg. And the hands are... Yeah, I guess that's... I just feel like a more relaxed pose would have the elbows not coming forward. Like this looks like they're coming forward a little bit. Truly relaxed, I feel like the elbows would be at the sides. And the fact that they're coming forward feels a little... It feels a little awkward to me. I feel like with the elbows coming forward like that, they should be cupping the knee. They should be on the outside of the knee, not behind the knee. It's like I'm doing it right now, and that feels a lot... What I'm seeing with my own body right now feels a lot more like this part, with the elbows coming forward. So it feels kind of weird to have the elbows coming forward, but just have the hands right behind the knee. Like, why not? So I think I'm going to edit this. I'm going to do my own little twist on it, just because it feels more natural. The other thing I could do is leave the hands like this, make them a little bit smaller. That's another thing. Like the hands are so big that they look like they're coming forward as well. So I could make the hands smaller and closer to the stomach, maybe a little lower down, sitting in the lap. That's another thing. Because here's the lap. Maybe angled like this because this leg is coming up, but here's this leg. I feel like the hands, if they were relaxed, the upper arm would be going straight down, and the hands would be down here. Executive decision. I'm changing the pose a little bit. Okay, let's read the little bubbles. The character is comfortable in the chair, but maintains good posture. The head remains high, the shoulders level, and the back straight and strong. The hands are held away from the torso, so they should be drawn a little larger than what might otherwise seem natural. So, yes, okay. That's what I was seeing. Okay. Be sure the bottom of the raised foot is visible. The hems of the pant legs gather at the tops of the shoes. Draw wrinkles here. Because the character is seated, the fabric of the suit jacket will lift and wrinkle along the shoulders. Yes, makes sense. Because as it's buttoned right here, especially, it'll just go... Okay. So we've analyzed the pose. Let's go ahead and do our interesting Lucky Dip master study. We've got about 40 minutes until my live stream window ends. So I just want to keep that in mind as I'm drawing. I'm definitely going to start... Oh, there's a little pet hair in here. There's always... In things like this, there's always little pet hairs make their way in. Okay. Start with sketching. I'm going to use the lightest pencil, the 2H. And I'm going to mark... This is where the lowest point is, and this is the highest point. So, actually, I'm going to do a little measuring. I need a ruler. I'm going to measure the relative locations of things. So yeah, it's about 8 inches on this page. So the halfway point at 4 inches is about where the lap is. So the halfway point here. So this will be the lap. Then the halfway point up top is about the bottom of the clavicle. And halfway in between there is right below the line of the eye. So it's like, just going to put that there. So that's the chin. So this is the head. And this is what always happens. I would have drawn this head way bigger if I hadn't done this, because I always make the head gigantic, and then when I draw the body, I'm like, oh no, I don't have room. Okay, so this is the bottom of the clavicle. That means that the neck where it turns into shoulder is actually about here. So I'm just going to draw this to give myself that reminder. So the clavicle also, so this is the top of the lap. So here's the hands. Just drawing a circle for now. And let's see, 6, there's not really, oh, the other foot is about at this halfway point. Let's see, the halfway point between there is the bottom of the under thigh. So I'm just going to draw a circle like this, and the knee is here for the bottom one. And halfway, and then halfway again is about where the ankle is. Okay, so let's do a little side to side. So if the head is 1 1/4-ish, what else is 1 1/4? Not really anything. What is a measurement I can use? 2 inches. That's about here to here. So the hips are about, okay, I gotta use another pencil. Boop and boop. What else? The shoulders are about the same as well, right? Wait, wrong thing. I have 3 things I'm using. Yes, the shoulders are about the same width as well. I might have to scoot that over, but I'm just trying to get the relative width based on the heights that I've already established. Oh, this is the one I want. No, wait. I'm getting confused. So yeah, I think I'll move this over just a tad. Just a tad. There we go. And same thing here. Which one? This is HB. 2H. Looking for another 2-inch measurement. Alright, there aren't any, so I'm just going to eyeball the rest. It don't want to take too long, it doesn't need to be perfect. So this is the hands. swear. Okay. I was confusing myself. One, two, three. I'm losing track of the fingers. And they'll probably curve under too, because like when you do your hands like this, it becomes like a cup. I can't turn my hands to show you. But it's like, might not necessarily be able to see all the fingers, is what I'm getting at. So then we've got the knee that I wanted the hands to be cupping. And then, oh, here's a thumb. And here's another thumb. Alright, I do want to use this to figure out. Oh yeah, it's about 2 inches out. Well, wait, no. It's not gonna help. We'll just this here. Here's foot, and see the bottom of the foot. I'm sketching so much, I'm losing the detail. Okay, this is the knee where I wanted to connect it. And here's the calf, and it connects down to the ankle. And here's the thigh, comes out to about here. Oh yeah, I'm much happier with the hands being outside of the knee. So here's the downstairs one. Coming to the ankle here. The calf comes down. The foot resting stable on the ground. Okay, and then the hips come down like this. Okay, this is the shoulder, and this is the shoulder. And the elbow's coming forward, so it makes the arms look shorter than they normally would. And a lot of foreshortening in the forearms. Okay, now we can get the line of the waist, and then it's kind of down like that. Okay, it's got this neck here. Okay, I'm gonna, even though I measured it, I'm still gonna just go ahead and move the head up. I could have measured wrong too. This shoulder's popping up a little bit too much. Okay, good. Well, I finished using the lightest pencil. I don't want to do too much graphite before I put down the water and alcohol based marker because they will get clogged up if they go over the graphite too much. In fact, let's see. Oh, I know where it is. I'm gonna get a kneaded eraser. I try to keep the extra tools to a minimum, but for my lucky dips, I do allow myself to use stuff like brushes or a ruler or whatever, since those kind of things are not on the lucky dip selection list. I'm going to lighten this up so that as few particles as possible get into the markers. I'm not going to purposefully erase away any lines. That way, this light pencil might still have areas where it shows through alone, but I'm just going to lighten everything up so there's not a bunch of excess sitting on top of the page. So I can do these markers that like to suck up little particles of other media. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm thinking about, I think I might just fill in the background with this yellow color. Or maybe I'll get a stencil again. I've got all those stencils. I will just fill the whole page with a stencil using that marker. So I get some dust on this one. I've got all these circle ones, stars. Used some of these in Lucky Dips before. There's these technical ones. I could use those and just do some circles. The blue ones are the most fun. Could do some spots, squares. Those are just circle templates I made. Happy anniversary! These are interesting. Here's some more circles. I don't even remember having this one. It's the right size for this page. I'll keep this one in mind. USA. Oh, I've used this one in a piece before. What's this? Oh, happy birthday. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just use these spots. Those other ones over there. And let's see, I'm gonna get a piece of artist tape. Maybe I'll just use masking tape. So I did not actually, now that I'm looking at it, it didn't center this. I realize I could do it like this if I wanted. No, I'll do it like this. I don't know, I kind of like this. Let me see. I'll just do it like this. I didn't center this drawing, so I'm going to try to center the stencil on the drawing rather than the page, if that makes any sense. Okay. Boop. Deeped it down. Let's fill in the circles. We'll just use the chisel side for most of these. I'm not going to try to make it super perfect either. I think I'll do some other shape or something with the brush end. I'll just do it right on the figure too. I guess it's, now that I've been using it a lot, it feels like it's more just the paper itself is paper itself is sucking up a lot of ink, and that's what makes it feel like the marker is dry, because it keeps coming out consistently. If it was actually the marker at fault, it wouldn't come out so nice like this. I think it's just because it's a thirsty textured paper. Realize I need to hurry it up a bit. Get close to only 15 minutes left. Okay. So I will just set that over here so it's out of the way. Wow, neat. So I think I'm gonna just like just gonna connect the dots a little bit. There, made some interesting sort of background pattern. This is kind of fun because right now the yellow seam's on top, but I think once I finish with the other markers and these pencils, it's going to be, the figure will stand out against this. So I'm thinking about what I should do for the clothing. I guess I'll use the HB and try to do as little excess lines as possible. Let's pocket on this side. Okay, time to get detailed with the hands. So we've got forefinger and the opposite forefinger, middle finger, opposite middle finger, ring finger, opposite ring finger, and so here's the thumb, and the hand just kind of goes like this into the sleeve. Not bad. Okay. Wrinkles for the pants. Shoe. There's the other shoe. Not that good with fancy shoes. Oh, whatever. It's good enough. It's good enough. Oh, there goes the dryer. Dryer is done. Cool, I like that. Okay, so let's do the face. This one has a winking expression, but I'm not that convinced by it. Oh, the washer is done as well. Wow. I'm just gonna close both eyes and have a smiling, like a calm, smiling face. It kind of bothers me. Maybe just because of my own, I cannot wink without moving my cheek up and moving my eyebrow down a bit. So it bothers me when I see an anime character winking and there's just like no indication that the muscles in their face have moved to make it happen. So instead of winking, I'm just gonna do a nice smile with closed eyes, like a state of composure and confidence. With the same high eyebrows, almost a calm within the storm sort of expression. And I like this hairstyle this character has in the example drawing, so just imitate that. Kind of a trunksy hairstyle a little bit. You can see it coming around the back. And this actually covers up this ear over here. Ooh, not bad. Okay, now I'm ready to use this orangey red marker. I figured I'd just make the the suit this color. And I'm going to make the whole suit this color, except for like the shirt and the tie. I'm going to color it in blocks, for one, because it's just easier to color in blocks, but two, then it can still maybe have some separation from each part, even though it's all completely the same color. Gotta pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah, I like the yellow showing through some of the places where I didn't completely fill it in. Oh, I like this. I like this. Neat. Oh, should I make his hair red too? Or should I make it the magenta color? I'll wait. I'm gonna make the hair, the shoes, and the tie really dark using the pencil. So in fact, just do that right now because I only have 5 minutes left and I don't want to go late. It's doing exactly what I hate. It's just getting little dusties just from the motion of the pencil itself on the paper. It just knocks little graphites off all over the place. Let's do 6B for the other part of the shoes. You can barely tell the difference, but I just want to make sure to use every size of pencil. I mean, it's not size, what do you call it? Every grade of pencil I've got in this kit. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like I actually used it properly. Or like it's more in the spirit of this challenge to use every grade, even though you might not be able to point it out in the end, which was which. This is really nice. The graphite on top of this zig marker is so nice. I really like this. This 2B is the last one that I haven't used. I'll use it for shading on these parts that are really light. The white shirt sleeves, the shirt itself, etc. I guess the sleeves are the shirt itself. You know what I mean. Just gonna gently blow on the page to get those dusties off. Wow, it's looking good. I'm gonna lift a little bit off the face. That's better. That's better. Okay, so that's good. We're at time, but I have one more thing to use, and I feel pretty. Oh, I got a little wet spot on it. There. Got this last item. Let me look again at the reference sheet I made. Yeah, it's quite pinky purple. So what shall I do? I guess I'll try one thing, which is to put a line along the bottom. Sort of give it a sense of gravity at the bottom of things. Ooh, thinned the face a little bit too much. That's okay though. It's just an experiment. Lucky dip is always just an experiment. Since I really thickened that up, I'm going to do it elsewhere too. Let's see if I can do something about this. I made the face way too thick. I shouldn't have used the thick marker that's not a brush tip. Maybe if I increase the hair a little bit, it'll help it not look so out of place. I guess that's all right. Don't need to be perfect. I think I will just do a few lines just to make it look like he's sitting on something. That's a cool effect that this has got when you do this. Whoosh, sort of dry brush effect. That's good. Let's see. How will I sign it? Will I sign it with? I'll sign it with this one. Yay! Okay. 5 minutes past time, but I'll lift this up so that you can see a final close-up using the 6 drawing pencils of varying grades, all graphite, and alcohol-based Copic marker in yellow, and water-based, Zig Clean Color FB marker in the orangey red, and then finally the acrylic marker in that more purpley magenta color. So that was fun. Turned out nice, and I didn't go too far over my time limit. So that's it for today. I'll be back on Friday for Chibi Friday, and then I will be gone for a week after that because I'm going on vacation because it's my anniversary next week. Yay! Thank you for watching.